Greetings to you, my fellow great mind. This is a friendly reminder for us on the path of our career growth. What I want to remind us of is the fact that the greatest things happen to us when we least expect them. What do I mean? If I take myself as an example, I'm a writer, and one of the best things that can happen to me as a writer is inspiration. Now, what is inspiration? Inspiration is that time when ideas flow into you that you pick up your pen and you start writing. Now, it's a great thing. In fact, it's the holy grail of every writer. Every writer wants inspiration. Now, but let's go behind a little. Let's go one step further. Behind the inspiration behind the inspiration is effort, work. Because before you get inspired, most times you've put in the effort to do your research, to read, to inquire, to do a lot of work, trying to find out what you are working on, trying to find a headway. Now, this can take you several nights, several weeks, several months. But the important thing is that you're doing the work. You're doing your homework. Now, when you do this homework, after a while, because the mind is never asleep, the mind keeps working. Even at night when you go to sleep, the mind is still working. That's when the mind becomes very active, because your conscious thought, your conscious observation, which can sometimes act as an impediment to your mind's work, your consciousness is now at sleep. So your mind can actually work. In fact, that's one of the reasons why when you read before you go to bed at night, you understand that thing very well, because when in your sleep, your mind works on that thing. So back to what I was saying. Now, when your mind works on these things that you have been researching on, after a while, the output, the result is a flow of inspiration. And sometimes as a writer, the inspiration is so fast that your pen cannot even keep up with the speed at which the ideas are flowing in your mind. In fact, for me, that's the reason I use pencil now, because pencil is faster to write with than pen. So, in life, whatever thing you're working on, whatever goals you're working on, whatever dream you're working on, whatever ambition you have, whatever desires you have that you are working on, the important thing now, the reminder I want to give us here is that do the homework. Now, do it from this perspective that you know that the result will manifest itself at the right time. Because every goal, every dream has an appointed time, because the mind of man has never dreamt impossible dream. Hence, you can achieve everything you work on. So your career goals that you have been working on for so long that it seems like nothing is happening, something is actually happening. And the inspiration, which will manifest as the result, will come at the least expected time. Just like writers, you can even be in a bus, in transit, you're going to somewhere, and the idea pops into your head. And in most cases, if you don't write it down, then it disappears. In fact, this was the origin of my having to carry pen and pencil wherever I was going in the past. I used to do it until I learned how to mold that inspiration when it comes at inappropriate times. I learned how to mold and hold it till when I get home. Then I release it. So the point here is that thing you're working on, that goal you're working on, it will inspire itself at the right time. You may be putting in so much effort and it seems like nothing is working, but something is actually working. Your mind is working on it. Because for you to achieve success in a thing, you must have mastered that thing, and mastery takes time. It's just like a baby who wants to learn to walk. No baby is born and starts walking, the baby has to learn, fall, creep, crawl, and all that until the baby starts walking. So that goal you're working on, something is happening. Your mind is working on it. Your mind is devising a way through which you will achieve it. So I want you to remember that the greatest things happen to us when we least expect it. The success you desire in that project will come to you. This is where you have to now develop that positive mental attitude, knowing that what you are working on is a definite success, is a great success, and will manifest itself. So I want you to believe in yourself, believe in the dreams, believe in the goals you're working on. Never quit, because quitters never win and winners never quit. Don't quit what you're doing because you think that the success you desire hasn't come. As long as you're working on it, you're putting in effort. It doesn't matter if it is one step you take a day. It may be a very tiny step, but as long as it's in the right direction, you will manifest the dream life you desire. You will manifest that goal. You will manifest that research you're working on. You will manifest that thing you're working on in your career. There's a saying that when the student is ready, the master will appear. One day we were discussing with my friends. I was discussing with my friends, and while we're just discussing, somebody just mentioned that when the student is ready, the master will appear. One of our friends just jumped into the conversation and said, did he hear that when the student is not ready, the master will disappear? It was like a joke. In fact, it was a joke. But the truth is the same with life. When the student is not ready, the master will not appear. He will disappear until the student is ready. So until you have mastered the art of what you are doing, the master of the success you desire will not appear. So be steadfast, be dedicated, be wise, be strong, be bold. Have the courage to take one more step every morning, for that is the key to your success. I believe in you. I believe you can be successful beyond your widest imagination, because remember, the mind of man has never dreamt impossible dream. That thing you are working on, even if it seems impossible to you, it's not impossible to God. Because as long as your mind has conceived it, you will achieve it. Okay? So, put in the best effort you can, and the success you desire will come to you. For the earnest expectation of creation awaits the revelations. So we await your revelation. Cheers. Greetings to you, my fellow great mind. This is a friendly reminder for us on the path of our career growth. What I want to remind us of is the fact that the greatest things happen to us when we least expect them. What do I mean? If I take myself as an example, I'm a writer, and one of the best things that can happen to me as a writer is inspiration.